As a students, happy to see you again. Today I am going to talk about the second unit. That is, second unit is solving the algebraic or transcendental equation. Am I correct? Now look at the screen. 3x equals square root of 1 plus sine x. This is algebraic equation. We have to solve it. Solve it means to find the root of the equation. To find the root of the equation means to find the value of x which satisfies this. One method available is fixed point iteration method. Fixed point iteration method. That's what is a very one of the very interesting method. Under this particular method, the first step is that locating the root of the equation. I mean, in which boundary the value appears. That's what we are finding out. So the given equation can be written as how can we write? You bring this side, 3x minus square root of 1 plus sine x equals 0. So from that equation we can write f of x equals 3x minus square root of 1 plus sine x. F of x equals 3x minus square root of 1 plus sine x. Right, now I put x is equal to 0. When I put x is equal to 0, f of 0 becomes 0 minus 1 equals minus 1. Am I correct? You will get minus 1, and that is positive value. So when I put x equals 0, f becomes negative. When I put x equals 1, f of 1 equals 3 into 1, 3 minus square root of 1 plus sine 1. Simplifying this, you will get 1.643. This is a negative value. So when x equals 0, f gets negative value. When x equals 1, f gets positive value. That means what? The root lies between 0 and 1. Why? Because there would be 0 for f in between these two values. Therefore the root of the particular equation 3x equals square root of 1 plus sine x lies between 0 and 1. This is the first step in fixed point iteration method. Okay, now coming to the second step. By the fixed point iteration method, there should be a condition. It should satisfy the condition. Okay, that condition also it should satisfy. So what is the condition it has to satisfy? The condition it has to satisfy is that the g of x must be less than 1. This is the condition it has to satisfy. Now look at that. What is the given equations for us? 3x equals square root of 1 plus sine x. Okay, right. Now that can be written as x equals 1 by 3 square root of 1 plus sine x. So this function I am taking as g of x. So g of x can be written as 1 by 3 into square root of 1 plus sine x. Now what g does on x? What g does on x? That is 1 by 3 is multiplied by square root of 1 plus then sine x is taken. Okay, that's what the g on x. This function you should know. Right, now I am taking the absolute value both sides. When I take the absolute value both sides, I will get this value is less than 1. Why? Because we know already that if you look at that, the root lies between 0 and 1. Okay, the root lies between 0 and 1. So for different value of 0 and 1, this function, that is absolute value of this g, is less than 1. So this is the condition that the given function can be iteratable, or the process can be proceed. Okay, and this is a condition. Therefore that is satisfied Therefore we can proceed further to get the approximation value of this, that is, we can get the root of this particular equation. Now for that, the third step comes. What is the third step? Is the iteration step. We are going to iterate the root of the given equation. Now the iteration method by fixed point is that xn plus 1 equal g of xn. This is what iteration formula. I mean, the next approximate value would be equal to the g value of xn, its previous approximation. The next approximation would be equal to g value of the previous approximation. Now let I take n equals 0. Let I take n equals 0. When I take n equals 0, the above equation will becomes this equation will become x1 equals g of x naught. Am I correct? Because n is equal to 0, we are putting here 0, so x1 equals g of x naught. Now look at that. The root lies between 0 and 1. The root lies between 0 and 1. So the initial approximation I am taking as here 0.4. That I am taking the value between 0 and 1. Approximately I am taking 0.44. You can take 0.5, 0.6 or 0.3, whatever it may be. You can take between 0 and 1. So when I take x naught, the initial approximation 0.4, I get the first approximation as g of its previous approximation 0.4. So what is g dash on x? As we already know that here, so g of x equals 1 by 3 square root of 1 plus sine x. So 1 by 3 is multiplied by square root of sine 0.4 plus 1. The answer we are getting is x1. So this would be the first approximation for us. To get second approximation by using this particular formula, second approximation would be equal to the g value of the first approximation. G value of the first approximation. First approximation value is 0.393. So that value we are putting here, and by g definition, this is what we have to get. The value for this would be equal to this. That means second approximation would be equal to 0.392. Second approximation. Now come to the third approximation. We know from this idea that the third approximation would be equal to g value of the second approximation. Here g value of the second approximation value here is 0.392. So substitute that value here, g of 0.392. So g value of this already we know would be equal to this 1 by 3 into square root of 1 plus sine 0.392. So finally what I am getting is that 0.392. So what I am getting is that x2 and x3 are both the values are equal. Okay, therefore the value, approximation value of x1, x2, x3 all are approaching to 0.392 because these two values are equal. If we find out x4, x5, x6, everything will approach us to 0.992. So the root of the given equation must be equal to 0.392. That is the root of the given equation 3x equals square root of 1 minus sine x. 3x equals 1 plus sine x. Square root of 1 plus sine x is 0.392. So the given equation, its root 3x equals 1 plus sine x, the root must to be 0.392. So with that I come to the end of this session. In the next session I will take another problem. Thank you.